Yeah, I mean, Drew's coming along. I mean, every day is kind of hopefully an incremental step forward. And some of the other guys that we hope to get back in this lineup, like Theo's, we hope that he's making some strides too.
What was the most impressive thing about the trip?
I think the Indiana game, we played a really good half. That was probably our best defensive moment. We had some offensive times that we played relatively well, but that was our best defensive moment.
Beyond the results, how would you say you feel like what the team got out of this trip?
The bench I thought played really well. They played themselves into some real good moments. I wasn't happy with our starters. I thought they played some good defense at times. Offensively, I didn't find them very stimulating and very exciting at all.
Now, with the good health and the way you're playing now, what do you want to implement next?
Well, we've got some strides to make defensively if we're going to be a good team. We have to make some adjustments. Yesterday we gave up like a 20-point quarter to a young player that's talented, but yet we weren't focused and didn't get it. Our zone offense seemed to be a little bit weak, especially with the starters, with our guys off the bench. They played it really well.
How is Drew's knee? Because anytime you see a headline with sore knee and Bynum in it, you kind of wonder, all right, what's going on here?
Who had a headline like that?
I believe the LA Times did.
Who said it was sore? Did Drew say it was sore?
He did say it was sore, yeah.
I didn't hear any report about it, so that's news to me. It's news to you, too. Huh?
Yeah, so it can't be that bad, I'm guessing.
No, and he came out in practice today.
Full practice.
He got a little stiff out during practice, and we took him out for a little second, kind of get himself back together again. But, he's still tiring. And that'll happen as he gets game conditioning.
With the crazy week that you have ahead of you, Christmas, the game on Saturday, the game coming up, just coming back off this long road trip, what kind of adjustments will you make this week, or how distracting will it be?
We're just going to have to look at our team tomorrow and see how well we play. That's the first thing. How well do we play? What do we have to do as a basketball club? And then, as the week goes on, we'll look at what our next step are. The real interesting matchup for us comes, when we play San Antonio and New Orleans on a back-to-back trip after Christmas. That's, competition that's in our conference, and we have to be ready to play them and put a notch in our belt against them.
Talking about San Antonio, this is a unique position for you guys to be in over the last couple of seasons where you're not at this point in the season at the top of the conference. What does that change in the context of how you guys played the last 50 games?
Is that how many left? 50 games? Well, it's just, meeting every game. It doesn't matter right now about anything but just having healthy guys come out and meet every game with the best kind of a attitude towards playing. That 4-game slip that we had really, makes a difference in standings, and so we can't have anything happen like that again during the course of the season, because San Antonio has sent a message, and Dallas too, that they're going to be consistent, and they're playing strong, and they have deep benches, and they're going to stay up there in wins column. So we have to be prepared to match that.
How can the difficulty of the schedule, though, help or hurt you guys going forward? It gets substantially more difficult.
Well, you just have to play the games. I think the actual difficult schedule might help us a little bit, bring attention to some of the details we have to work at.
So did you get everyone new practice kits for Christmas?
No.
No? They're new though, right? They're brand new.
Really?
Yeah, right?
No, I thought Rudy might have them in the back room. Just brought them out for just kind of a keepsake as a Christmas present.
Phil, when you've been at one team for so long, do you think it's still intriguing to pass on your philosophy to a new group of players? Could you call this your last stand? And I know a lot of people will kind of think that might just be your last stand here. Is that still like an intriguing thing to maybe teach a new group of players the triangle in your system?
Well, I think that playing as a team is really the intriguing thing, and we obviously use a system that we've called the triangle, but it's just playing together as a team, and how to get that conveyed to this group of guys is really important. I'm really happy with how our bench has performed in certain situations. It's good to have them playing that well. And, we need to continue that as an overall unit and get everybody playing on the same page, kind of like that. So, this is slow but sure. This is still a marathon regardless of, how much we're behind in the standings or whatever. It's all about how much energy you have coming into the end of the season. So I like to kind of pace it and kind of keep it, steady but not too demanding yet. So we still going pretty small and short. Practice is an hour and 15 minutes. We're not working you guys too hard right now. These are veteran guys. They know what to do.
Assuming Drew is healthy, when do you see him moving into the starting lineup?
I just can't tell you until he's got that kind of bounce in his step that says he can now play 30, 35 minutes. Then he'd go out there, play 8 minutes, and get into that 4 rotations that you want to have in the starter. Couple rotations each half, so that he can have the influence on the game. But right now, we're content with how we're doing it.
He did have a good game numerically.
He had numbers.
Yeah.
Right. I thought the guys used him well.
Coach, do you feel like you have to warn or talk to your team about overlooking Milwaukee to Saturday?
I haven't. I mean, we haven't really even discussed it as a basketball. I haven't even heard it being discussed among the players. And I sit in their section on the airplane, so they're not looking at it yet. So I think we're ready to do it when it's time.
Jennings is out 4 to 6 weeks. What does that change that?
Well, it's a real change for them because they've had Dooling playing point guard. Boykins was, but now Dooling has stepped in that role, so that's a different thing for us, a different look. And Maggetti's also out. He didn't make the trip, so that's another part of their game, their team, that's going to be a difference. We're going to really have to look at that tomorrow on tape and make adjustments.
The more difficult portion of the schedule coming out that you talked about, and injuries versus rehabilitation, has it been particularly hard to truly gauge where you feel like the team is at this point?
With traveling on the road, it's hard to get good practice time in and really get something settled in. So that's some of the things. I thought we played a little bit sloppy. 7 turnovers yesterday to start the game with. Those type of things happen. You want maybe 14 for a game, as a team. So when you put them all in first quarter, you're really setting yourself up for a long night. So those are things that just come along with ball handling and skills and working together. So it's nice to get back on our court and practice.